Am I live? Am I live? Am I live? Am I live? Can't tell. Can't tell. I am. I'm live. What's going on, people? It is your boy Soul Fist back at you with another one. I just want to go into a conversation I had earlier today with the Saint and the Sinner. Unfortunately, I did not get to do my best on this conversation. I was obviously in a uh, I would say somewhat hostile territory. I was trying to have a more civil discussion, and it seems like the Saint and the Sinner more so kind of wanted to like dunk on me, which I wasn't interested in. And I said several times in our conversation, which really only lasted a couple of minutes. I was like, I'm not interested in being like having any animosity or just being flagrant or chucking insults. Something I truly had no desire or intention to do. I wanted to talk about the idea of what he was saying, um, which I was having a very difficult time doing, mostly because of the way the Saint and the Sinner was interacting with me. I to be to be as good faith as possible to him. I'm more so assuming because he said he debated like seven different people or so before he had that conversation with me. Fair enough. You know, he was probably in like his super debate mindset, like super debate mode and stuff. But there were points when I felt like either he was just intentionally not understanding or he didn't quite understand the point, the overall point I was trying to make. And to be fair to my part, for myself, I also did not do a good job of expressing the point I wanted to make simply because I was on his stream. It was a privilege to be there. Uh, he's obviously a much larger creator than me. He's been on multiple platforms. He has a big following. But just like the point he was trying to make earlier, I think was incredibly dangerous. I didn't have a good chance of getting that point across because one thing I'm not going to do is if I'm on somebody's stream, I'm not going to overtalk them. I'm not going to shout at them. I'm not going to yell at them. It's not my stream. It's not my channel. It's not my platform. If they want to talk, I'm going to let them talk. If they want to cut me off, I'm going to let them cut me off. You know what I mean? It's just a respect thing. I know a lot of you was like, well, so what the fuck? You be on your stream, you be like just wilding out. Like that's because it's not my stream. It's not my platform. So I've maintained a level of respect. I am ultimately a fan of his work. I think he's a very funny dude. I think he's a charismatic dude. And I think he does do good, but he was promoting really dangerous ideals. And I wanted to challenge him on that. I didn't get a chance to. Um, in terms of a debate, he had a really good debate tactic. He would not let me kind of get to the point of what I wanted to talk about. He was more so keeping the debate on what he wanted to talk about. And once again, his stream, totally fair. He has every right to do that. So I was out of my element there. I didn't do a very, very good job, but I am going to look back on this. And then right now, we're going to do kind of like a review of it. And then we're going to go over it kind of a little bit and kind of address the points I was trying to make. But ultimately, I didn't get a fair shot to make. I was being uh, kind of shut down on points I wanted to make or points he didn't necessarily want to argue. There were points when I was like, all right, well, you're arguing this thing, but this is not what I'm arguing. This is not this is not the point I'm trying to argue. So I don't know why I have to sit here and defend something I never said. But we're gonna get into it, and then I'll we're just gonna watch it, and then you guys will see for yourself. I just want to make sure the sound quality is good. Give me 1 second. We're just gonna watch it. Okay, yeah, the sound sounds okay. The sound sounds pretty. The sound sounds okay. All right, let's get into that. 1 second. 1 second. We're doing it live, people. We're doing it live. Okay, wait. The hell? Wait. Present. Extra camera. Video phone. What are we doing? Why is it not doing the thing I wanted to do? Share screen. Mute website notification while sharing. That ain't it. That is not it. Share present screen. Share screen. One second. Everybody, please hold on. My apologies. My apologies. That did not. I had a mild inconvenience. Sorry about that. Didn't know what the heck was quite going on, but I am definitely back. 1 second. Let me just make sure all of my doohickeys and gadgets are working accordingly. Doohickeys up, gadgets up. Okay. Doohickeys and gadgets are up. Let me just check one more time to make sure my audio was good, and then we'll get into it. And then we'll address the debate itself and kind of the way things played out. Okay, there we go. Sounds working. Perfect. All I needed. Okay, we have the video up here. Yeah, the video here. Let me see. Let me see. Nope. 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 How is this gonna work? Nope. Hmm. I'm trying to figure out how to move the thingy. uh, Move the thingy and put it in a better spot. It's kind of just gonna have to stay right there for right now until I figure out how to do that. Give me 1 second. Yeah, that's good enough. I'm looking at it. That's good enough. That's fine. Okay. All right. So here's my conversation with the saint in the center. I'm going to just fast forward. I was the last person he spoke to on this day. And like I said, to be as good faith as possible, I'm assuming he was in a very debate oriented mindset, and he was more so focused on winning as opposed to like I guess listening.
Wasn't a disagreement. I just wanted to point out though that I have listened to her for a specific reason that I trusted what she had to say. But thanks for the broadcast, brother. You know,
Absolutely.
I fuck with you, bro.
I appreciate you.
I fuck with you, bro.
I appreciate you. Peace of the Saints.
Yeah.
Okay. Which looks better? Does this look better? No.
Are you here to defend?
Okay. And so here we go. This is the point where I came on to speak with the Saint in the Center. 1 second. So I'm going to go into his first question. Was hard for me to answer simply because no, I was not here to necessarily defend Candace Owens. I don't necessarily give a fuck about defending Candace Owens. I was more so arguing with his statement. And as you see right here, the title of his video, males who listen to Candace Owens, just pearly things are not men. Incredibly dangerous rhetoric. And that's more so what I wanted to challenge him on. I do not feel like I actually got the chance to do that simply because he wasn't hearing it, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure, but we'll go over it.
Are you here to defend Candace
Owens? What's going on? Hey, what's going on, Saint? Can you hear me?
Yes. Are you here to defend Candace
Owens? Yes. Well, hold on. Hey, what's going on, Saint? Sorry about that. Yes, I am. Well, that's not 100% the truth. I'm here to disagree with your premise. Okay. Mostly because I'm thoroughly against what is or is not, quote unquote, a real man, right? As you can see right here, I'm a married man. I'm a veteran of the United States Army. I'm expecting my first child. I own my own home, but I have on a Dragon Ball shirt and I got anime stuff behind me. This idea that real men do this, real men don't do that, I think that's just like silly and it's super self-destructive to the community. And the overall point with Candace, I don't agree with everything I don't really even agree with her, but there's nothing wrong with taking someone's perspective and their information and disseminating that and doing with it what you will. Like I personally, let's say if I'm listening to something from Fresh and Fit, then I'll listen to something from Aubrey Preach or then Ben Shapiro or then Destiny. And then because you should not be afraid to take information from sides, even if you disagree with them, because the point is just to disseminate the information, is it not? So that was the opening statement I made. The point is simply just to take the information and do with it what you will, and to not to be afraid to hear opinions you disagree with. Saint's point, which I understood from the beginning, was that if you're a man, you should never listen to what women say, like ever. Which is that is an insane thing to say. So, in terms of, I guess just like this online community, right? I'm 100% behind the idea of male self-improvement. I'm 100% the idea of guys becoming better versions of themselves, improving themselves, evolving, and doing better for their lives. My life 5 years ago was a shit show. And in that small amount of time, as I just said in that opening statement, now I'm married, now I'm a homeowner. I went into the military. I became the best version of myself, like physically, etc. All these different things. I pushed and challenged myself to all these things. So I'm never against the idea of improvement, but the idea of like not cooperating with women or not listening to them and not doing this. This is kind of what this community has slowly started turning into. And I think that is overall very dangerous. I know I sound like Mr. Bennington right now, but I think it's overall very dangerous to just teach an entire generation of men that every woman is stupid. You shouldn't listen to them. They can never tell you anything worthwhile. It's like it's insane. And I get to touch on this a little bit later in the debate, but that applies to sisters, aunties, mothers, grandmothers, your wife, etc. I think going down that slope and telling young men to just outright not listen to women no matter what or whatever is really, really crazy to me. It can do nothing else but breed misogynists. There's literally nothing else it can do besides breed misogynists. And that's what I was trying to push back on. I know that the saint and the sinner knows that was the point I was making, because he's not a stupid person. But and it's a great debate tactic, and I fell for it. But he starts to derail the conversation away from that point and starts going into all this other stuff, which I just felt just was not productive whatsoever. But yeah, well, you'll see. We'll go into it.
Point of what?
Oh, I'm sorry. Could you repeat?
You said the point of what?
The point of communication, the point of even doing this, the point of this entire community for male self-improvement is to learn, grow, adapt, evolve, etc. And to say that simply because of someone's gender that they can't provide any type of insight or something you could take away from that, I think is kind of silly. Once again, said it twice. To just disregard somebody's opinion because they're female. I don't even really agree with Candace Owens like that. But I like to hear her opinions. There's a lot of people I listen to that I just outright don't agree with. For example, I mentioned Destiny. I don't agree with this motherfucker at all on pretty much anything. But I know he's low-key the smartest person on his side. He's the he's the most prominent, the most intelligent person on his side who holds his worldview. And if I want to disagree with his worldview, I have to understand his worldview. That means I need to listen to him. I need to understand how he thinks and how he sees the world. This applies to just Pearly Things, Candace Owens, or any content creator in general. It's one thing to say, "Oh, I just don't agree with that dude," but if you don't listen to what they say, then that your argument doesn't hold any weight and doesn't stand on any ground. Obviously, that's not monolithic. One example or one exception I would say would be like Hassan Piker. Don't listen to shit that dude says, bro. I have heard what he says. I have listened to him talk in depth about his beliefs, but for him, I heard enough. Like, the dude is literally just like a terrorist simp. That's it. So some ideologies probably do need to be shut down and ignored. Fine. But in the overall grand scheme of the marketplace of ideas, shutting down someone's beliefs and ideas is just incredibly dangerous, especially if your only reasoning for doing it is, well, because this is a woman. Don't listen to her. She's a woman. I was like, that is very, very dangerous. I know the saint and the sinner understands that. Now, he was being kind of condescending just now when I was explaining my point. Once again, I came on this platform very respectful, never insulted him, as you're going to see through, never insulted him, never said a negative thing about him. He was being kind of condescending and like by laughing and mocking when I was speaking. But I understand he's playing up his character. He's very flagrant. He's very offensive. This is his online persona. This is how he is on every platform he goes. I was hoping to have more of a real conversation with him. He seemed like he was just more interested in a gotcha debate, and I was just not interested in that. But let's continue.
Okay. So you're saying that we have different values, that you believe that a woman can teach a man, is what you're saying.
Not necessarily, but I literally did not say that, like, which is like, I just don't understand like why he shifted this conversation this way. And he's going to do this a lot. He's going to shift the conversation so dramatically. And I don't understand why he did this, because I know he understood what I said. But let's continue. But I mean, to teach about what, right? Like, so if I take my wife, for example, she's a better cook than me. You know what I mean? But she don't handle like our finances and stuff. So I guess when you say a woman can't teach a man, necessarily, what are you saying? Is it you can't learn anything from a woman? Because I learned. Right. So I'm going to mention my mom, and then he's going to mention my mom, and that when I listened to my mom, I was a child. Nevertheless, that has nothing to do with the point I was making. Do you believe that a woman can teach you something? Well, of course. Fucking obviously a woman can teach you something about anything, but what are you talking about? Would I listen to a woman for dating advice? Probably not, because they're not men and they don't necessarily understand how to attract women as men. Like, for example, any random woman could walk up to any random woman and be like, "Oh my God, you're so cute. I love your dress." And their guard will not be up. Their guard will be down because they don't see other women as threats. So they don't understand how it is for a man to approach a woman when you're a stranger. If you're a man approaching women as a stranger, they would immediately perceive you as a threat until you prove them otherwise. So it's just why female dating advice it's just like weightless to me. It doesn't make any, like, there's no point in listening to it. But to say that there's nothing you can learn from a woman is a crazy statement. It could literally only breed misogyny. And there's so many young men who are influenced by people like the Saint Center, or say like Fresh and Fit, or whatever the hell, or yeah, there's so many people, but like who could be influenced by the people who would kind of come off with that worldview and that perspective, when it's a very and I hate when people use this word because they use it for no fucking reason, but it's a very misogynistic worldview. As opposed to, if you look at somebody say like Andrew Wilson or Officer Tatum or Anton Daniels, they don't come this hard on the fuck women train. You know what I mean? And I'm surprised someone as intelligent as Marquette is doing that. And it's like, why would you brainwash an entire generation of men to hate women? I just don't get it. Especially since most of these guys, they just want girlfriends, dude. They just want women to like them. They just want to know how to learn game. You know what I mean? And you can't you can't hit a girlfriend if you're just some raging toxic ass incel. You can't, bro. Like it's like, I'm not fucking crazy. That's just evidently true. But let's continue. Learn stuff from my mother. I'm not gonna listen to any random answers and stuff. So I guess when you say a woman can't teach a man, necessarily, what are you saying? Is it you can't learn anything from a woman? Because I learned stuff from my mother. I'm not gonna listen to any random dot on the street.
When you learned from your mother, were you a child?
Yes, sir.
Aha, fascinating. Do you believe that the male and the female are equal partners, or that there's a hierarchy between the two?
There's most certainly a hierarchy between the two.
What's the hierarchy?
So this once again, a great debate tactic for him. And once again, I'm not going to overtalk or like challenge somebody super hard on their platform, but this has nothing to do with what I was talking about. This has nothing to do with what I was talking about. So I'm just super confused as to why he brought the conversation here. Yes, as a Christian man, I do believe there's a hierarchy between men and women in a relationship. Man, woman, God, child, etc. Of course I believe that. But what does that have to do with the just because I believe there's a hierarchy in the relationship does not believe that my wife is now less than me. Does not believe that she is someone who I should not listen to, whose opinions I should not take into consideration. So I just it was really confusing to me why he did this. I'm the head of my household.
You're the head of
so at the end of the day, when I say goes,
would you ever marry a woman and let her be the head of the household?
No. Oh. What does me being the head of my household and not allowing my wife to run our household have to do with the fact that you're saying I shouldn't even listen to my wife's opinion because she's a woman? What does any of those two things have to do with each other? Now, I'm on my own platform now, so I'm gonna be a little bit more flagrant. I'm not gonna disrespect somebody on their own platform, but since I'm on my platform now, I'm gonna be a little bit more flagrant. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. It's like, why are you derailing the conversation? Oh my God.
Okay. Do you think that the man being the let her be the head of the household?
No.
Okay. No. Do you think that the man being the head of the household and the leader, he should probably be more out front, facing the public more so than the woman? Would you agree?
100%.
Okay. So is that the case with Candace Owens?
By the way, you're going to see a bunch of these comments pop up 100% with the Saints, his commenters in his chat. These guys are virgins. These are incel misogynistic virgins. They don't even know what pussy feels like. But they're calling me gay for saying I respect my wife's opinion. Think about that. This is an entire generation of men becoming this way. Think about that. These guys are virgins who have never had a girlfriend, who don't even know what pussy feels like. And they're telling a married man with a pregnant wife that he's gay. It's hilarious. It's hilarious, but it's also dangerous. This is an entire generation of men under the age of 25 who behave and think this way. This is what they truly believe. You respect your wife? You respect your mom? He's gay. What? You felt I held back too much? I did. I held back a lot because I'm not going to disrespect the saint and the sinner on his platform. I'm not going to disrespect the saint and the sinner on his platform. I'm not doing that. It's not happening. But think about this. These guys are virgins, incels, calling me gay for being married. It's insanity. It's insanity. like this is an entire generation of men that this dangerous ideology is cultivating. Yes, I did hold back a lot. Yes, I did. But the reason why I held back is because, like I said, I'm not going to disrespect somebody on their platform. It was a privilege to be on the Saint and the Sinner's platform. He has over 100,000 subscribers. He's been on multiple platforms. He's been on Fresh and Fit, the whatever podcast, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He's a big name in this space. People know who he is. It was a privilege for me to be there and talk to him on his platform. So I'm not gonna go hard on him, but I'm on my platform now. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? It's like, it's just okay. Let's keep getting into it.
Okay. So is that the case with Candace Owens?
Could you reiterate that in a different way for me?
Sure. You mentioned that there's a hierarchy between man and woman. The man is higher in the hierarchy. The woman yields to the man, and the man is more public facing. The woman is behind the man. I said, is that the case with Candace Owens?
Yes. Oh, okay. Is that the case with Candace Owens? That in terms of what, me listening to her speak, or her with her household?
No, her and her marriage. What's the name of her husband?
I have no idea.
Checkmate.
That's not a fucking checkmate, because you're not addressing the point I made when I came up. You are telling young men, do not listen to women. And your rationale is for, well, is the man the head of the household? Yes. Yeah. Is there a hierarchy in a home? Yes. God, man, woman, child. Sure. But the same hierarchy you're referring to also tells the man to love his wife like he loves Christ. You wouldn't not listen to what Christ said. Like this is what I'm saying. I think me trying to be respectful was my downfall here in this debate. By trying to be respectful to the saint and the sinner and not just calling out this bullshit argument right then and there, it was my own downfall, because I just did not, once again, a privilege to be on his platform. I just did not want to come off as antagonistic, because I am a fan of Marquette. I really am. But this argument does not make any fucking sense. So why are you saying checkmate? You're not addressing the point I'm making. You just obfuscated the point into something else. Once again, a great debate tactic, and I fell for it. But what the fuck are you talking about? Never seen his channel before, but while I respect his conviction on his opinion, the way he speaks is very condescending. It's incredibly condescending. Yo, what's up, bro? What's going on, Ziggy, man? What's going on, everybody who is here? We're just going over this debate right now. Not really a debate, because I did not really debate. Y'all seen how I debate. Y'all seen how hard I go. But I've usually been on my platform or Dustin's platform or something like that, where I'm a little bit more comfortable. I was trying to be respectful to his platform and not really like come at him super hard. But what the fuck are you talking about right now? You're not addressing the point I'm making. And I tried several times to get it back to the point I was making about you telling young men to not listen to women at all because they're beneath you or whatever the fuck you're talking about. It's incredibly misogynistic and incredibly dangerous. And it makes us all look bad. So, like, okay. I never heard of this dude. I would definitely not take any advice from him or his kind red pill podcasters. I wouldn't go as far as to say that, Captain Haro, but I definitely understand where you're coming from. Thank you for being here. One of my favorite mods, always show up to all my streams. I actually know him personally. Definitely great to see him here. I wouldn't necessarily go as far as to say that, but like, it's just, I think he was being intellectually dishonest and he was being disingenuous. I'm surprised you never heard of the Saint and the Sinner, but if you also don't listen to Red Pill podcasters, you definitely would never heard of them. But let's just continue.
Is her husband's last name Owens?
I'm gonna bring it.
What's the name of?
I'm gonna bring it back a second, just so you can hear the point he's making, which has nothing to do with the point I made. By the way, he has not addressed the point I made yet. He will at one point. He will not address the. He has not addressed the point I made yet at the beginning, my opening statement. But let's keep going.
Named the man. I said, is that the case with Candace Owens?
Yes. Okay. Is that the case with Candace Owens? That in terms of what me listening to her speak, or her with her household?
Her and her marriage. What's the name of her husband?
I have no idea. Why the fuck does that matter?
Checkmate. Checkmate. Is her husband's last name Owens?
Why the fuck does that matter? No idea, sir.
I see. So you,
as you can see, I'm referring to him as sir. Once again, being super respectful. Maybe I should not have done that. Maybe I should have just not been respectful. I don't know. Chat, you can tell me if I'm wrong on that. Maybe I just should not have been respectful here. But like, because now you're obfuscating and you're derailing the point I'm making for some kind of weird gotcha. And you said checkmate because I don't know how Candace Owens lives her life. I don't give a fuck how Candace Owens lives her life. You're telling men to not listen to women at all because they're beneath them. That's the point I'm making. No idea, sir.
I see. So you came to debate me, but you didn't do research?
I don't think I need research on what? You're telling men don't listen to women because they're beneath you. I don't need to know Candace Owens' personal life to tell you that that's a dumbass thing to tell young men. I don't need to listen to understand anything about her personal life to tell you that you should not tell young men to do that. It's misogynistic as fuck. Need to know about Candace Owens' personal life or her husband.
This is a debate about Candace Owens, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so
I don't think I need to know about her.
Know anything about her before coming to debate about her?
I definitely do not need to know Candace Owens' personal life to tell you that you should not tell young men don't listen to her because she's a woman. That's all you're saying. I don't need to know shit about her to tell you not to say that. And that's the point of the debate. But you're derailing the fuck out of it to make some kind of weird gotcha. And he's gonna go into these weird things where he is right in the things he's gonna bring up. He's gonna go into like the IQ argument. Before we even get there, this is like already been proven, but the average man's IQ is on the extremes, which means as men, we're either really, really smart or really, really dumb, right? And women are kind of in the middle. Basically, it's very hard to find a woman who's actually stupid, but it's also really hard to find one that's like a genius. It's much easier to find a male genius, but it's much easier to find a male retard. That might be the truth, but what the fuck does that have to do with the point I'm making? Well, because the premise was that anyone who listens to her, or at least hears her to say, isn't a real man, and that's what I'm challenging you on.
What are you challenging?
I should have gone full Hell Hydra. I was trying to be respectful. Like, I was trying to. It was a privilege to be on a platform that big. I was trying to be respectful.
Say that one more time.
I'm sorry. Let me plug my microphone in. My apologies.
No, I can hear you just fine. No, I can hear you just fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just would be if you repeat that.
The idea that once again, this guy is a virgin. A virgin. Calling me a fruitcake for being married. It's insanity, bro. You hate women so much that like you say you listen to women, you're gay. You hate women that much? You hate women that much? Even if like you're the biggest like diehard Andrew Tate fan or the biggest Fresh and Fit fan, they would never say some shit like it's crazy, bro. Like, like they'll tell you women are beautiful and they need to be protected and they need to be provided for, and you're the man of the house, so you got to take care of them. They would never say the shit you're saying. It's insanity. It's craziness. Okay.
Yeah, I just would be if you repeat.
This guy is an incel. Like, what the fuck, bro? You're an incel who hates women, and you're calling me gay for being married, bro? Come on. The idea that simply listening to what she has to say makes you less of a man.
Yeah, that's the idea. That's the idea.
Right.
If you listen to female podcasters, you are less of a man. That is correct. You understand perfectly.
So he just outright said it, right? He's not even like hiding it, right?
Yeah, that's the.
It makes you. The idea that simply listening to what she has to say makes you less of a man.
Yeah, that's the idea.
What the fuck are we doing here, guys? What are we doing here, guys? You listen to women talk, you're less of a man. You listen to your auntie's opinion, you're less of a man. Your supervisor who's been at that job 5 years longer than you is a woman. You listen to her opinion, you're less of a man. What the fuck are we doing, guys? What the fuck are we doing, guys? You happily married? You're gay. You happily married? You're gay. You're gay. Wait, bro, what? What the fuck are we doing, guys? What the fuck is what's going on? What's going? Because I've always been the one guy to be like who'd be like, okay, let's say you don't want fucking Riri Williams. I can't wait to watch that show. Let's say you don't want to watch a fucking Riri Williams show to be like, well, you're just a misogynist. You hate women. No, there's a lot of other reasons why I don't give a fuck about watching a Riri Williams TV show outside of hate watching it. It's not because I hate women or I'm a misogynist. It's because that shit is trash, right? And I could break it down and give you so many reasons why that shit is trash. So I hate when people do this. When people go like, you're a misogynist or you're racist or you're this as a blanket statement to just tell somebody that you disagree with. But this is actual fucking misogyny. This is it not? Am I tripping, chat? Society's become two sides of extreme. People can never have a middle ground. Yeah, I guess, man. Maybe Mr. Bennington is right. Maybe this shit has gotten too extreme, man. Maybe there's just genuine fucking misogynists who hate black characters and female characters and all this shit. I always thought that wasn't the case. I always thought it was because of the storytelling and the lack of character development and all that stuff, because that's why I disliked it. So I just assumed that might be the actual fucking reason, right? And it's not just, oh, well, they just misogynists and they're racist. But that might be the actual, because this was like a culture shock for me. I was like, there's this many fucking misogynists? Like, seriously? Like, really? There's like, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Are we the insane ones? Are we the insane ones? I don't fucking know. Like, dude legit refused to see your point of view 100%. He's not even arguing my point of view. He's not even arguing it. And I'm actually super disappointed in this because he's an incredibly intelligent man and he makes a lot of very good points. But what the fuck was this?
That's the idea.
Right.
If you listen to female podcasters, you are less of a man. That is correct. You understand perfectly.
I do understand. I just couldn't believe you're actually saying that. I couldn't believe you're actually saying that. I understood it. I just thought I had to misunderstand it. Because what the fuck is that? You listen to female podcasters, you're less of a man? Bro.
That's the idea.
Well, yeah, and that's the idea I'm debating you on.
You're wrong. So what's your argument?
Once again, my argument is that there's no reason to not take information from multiple sources. You don't have to agree with it.
Take it from multiple male sources. So what's your argument now?
What's my argument now? It's the same fucking argument. You just said, well, just take it from multiple male sources. Why would you not listen to a woman's opinion? You don't have to agree with it. You don't even have to take the advice. But why would you just outright not listen to it? Why are you telling young men to not listen to women? By the way, to all you incels, you can't fuck women if you don't listen to them. You can't. It's not possible. You can't just walk up to be like, shut up, bitch, I'm a man, I suck my dick. That doesn't work. You have to understand them. You have to understand what offends them, what doesn't offend them. What they think is funny, what they don't think is funny. What kind of music they like, what kind of music they don't like. You have to listen to them because you have to understand them if you want to have sex with them, right? That's what you want, right? You're an incel. You're involuntarily celibate. You want to have sex with women, right? You got to listen to them. So why are you teaching young men to not do that? It's crazy. It's crazy. We're gonna get into that part later, Mr. Bennington. Unless you pay the streetwalkers. Well, yeah, unless you pay the streetwalkers.
Got him.
I'm not trying to necessarily be inflammatory or
inflammatory. I'm just saying that you don't make sense.
Nothing about what I said does not make sense. Everything I said makes sense. You're just being intellectually dishonest, Satan the Sinner. You are. You're being very intellectually dishonest. What about what I said doesn't make sense? When I'm just simply saying
information from multiple sources. I said yes, take it from multiple male sources, and this makes perfect sense. This
is just proud misogyny. Then, just proud, blatant fucking misogyny. Is that what we're getting to? Is that where we are? Just blatant fucking misogynist now? Just to stick it to the feminists? Listen, you would never find anybody more against feminism than me. I hate this religion. You would never find anyone more against feminism than me. But just because someone is a feminist, okay, I'll put it to you this way. There are male feminists and there are female feminists. There are males who are not feminists. There are females who are not feminists. My beef is with the feminist religion, not with women. You're telling men to beef with women as a whole? Bro.
This is in line with every society in the world. Men have been the leaders. Men are the holders of knowledge. Men are the revolutionaries. Men are the innovators. Men are the scientists. Men are the inventors. And
all of this is true. All of this is true. But why does that mean you should not listen to what women have to say and take their opinions into consideration? All of that is true. But why does this mean you should not listen to what women have to say and take their opinion into consideration? You don't have to agree with it. You don't even have to fucking do it. But why the refusal to listen to it?
So also the graph of human IQ between the male and the female, the highest IQs in human society
are held by men. Once again, all of the geniuses are men, but all of the retards are men. So what's the point you're making? That because all of the geniuses are men that we shouldn't listen to women, but all of the retards are also men. So shouldn't that mean we shouldn't listen to men? I should have crashed out on this podcast. I should have.
Yeah, correct. So if you're going to get advice, you should go to the best source, which would be men. So you should,
who are also simultaneously the worst source. We are the best source of insight, but we're also the worst source of insight. We are the smartest people on the planet, and we are also the dumbest people on the planet. Oh my God, bro.
Multiple sources of information, I agree, from men.
Well, Mr. Saint, so what I'm saying here is not necessarily taking advice from anyone. So maybe let me rephrase. What did you mean by when you say listen to? Because I simply took that as if you just simply listen to what they say. I'm not saying you have to agree with. I'm not saying you have to even take her advice, because there are things I disagree with a lot of people that I listen to.
Why even waste time? If you know that the highest IQs in any society are male IQs, why not just listen to all males?
Because also the dumbest motherfuckers alive. Oh, I'm starting to crash out. Because the smartest people on this planet are men. You are correct. But also simultaneously, the dumbest people on this planet are also men. Jesus fucking Christ. So how does that make it a de facto superior source of insight? How? When we're also the smartest and we have Elon Musk and we also have fucking Homer Simpson. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like they're both let me use two fictional characters, Tony Stark and Homer Simpson, right? Or whatever. I can't think of a dumb man off the top of my head, but I met a bunch of them when I was in the military. I met a bunch of them in all the different jobs I worked in my life. I met a bunch of retarded ass. Think about all the motherfuckers in jail right now, all the gangbangers, all the drug dealers, the dumbest motherfuckers on this planet. Oh my God. Because even someone who's far less intelligent, you can teach you something about something.
But why?
Yes, that's a fact. And he did not address this. He didn't even counter this. He just kept going, but why though? But why? Because even someone who's far less intelligent than you can teach you something about anything. even someone who's far less intelligent than you can teach you something because they might have an area of knowledge or expertise in a certain thing that you just don't, because you just don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Just because you have your IQ is only indicative of your ability to problem solve. It doesn't mean you fucking know everything. It means the logic in your mind works faster than normal or faster than someone with a lower IQ. You're able to solve puzzles and put pieces together pretty quickly. So you can take information, assimilate it, and then use it really fast. That's all your IQ means. Having a high IQ does not outright mean you just fucking know everything.
I waste time learning from an inferior source.
That would also make men an inferior source. Like, because we're also the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet too. It's like, oh my God, bro, this is such a dumb fucking argument. I really wish I would have just spoke out more against it. I was so focused on not disrespecting the saint in the center of his platform that I didn't like attack the stupidity of this argument. Once again, I never claimed to be learning anything from anyone. I'm just saying there's no reason to not
the podcast.
Because it shows up on my YouTube feed. Every now and then I hear what she has to say, and then I move on. It's really kind of just like that simple. If you were to say, can I reiterate
important, right?
Right. So this is the main problem here. Every time I started to speak, he would interject. Now, once again, this is his podcast. This is his platform. If he wants to interrupt me, talk over me, that's fine. I can't do anything about that. It's his podcast. At any point in time, he can mute me and I have to be okay with that. At any point in time, he can remove me from the discussion. I have to just be okay with that. It's his platform. But I found it very infuriating that he was not letting me speak. He kept interrupting me. I listened to everything he had to say. He would not listen to everything I had to say. Well, yes, I know where you're about to go with it, and I'm not disagreeing with you. It was not that important why you even listening to it to begin with.
No, actually, I was going to say, if it's so not that important, why would you take out the time to turn on your camera and then come on a live stream to defend her? If it's just
because I'm not fucking defending Candace Owens. I'm not defending Candace Owens. I'm challenging you on telling young men not to listen to women at all. Obviously, and you know this because you're not stupid, Saint in the Center. You're not a stupid person. You know what I'm saying. But you're changing my argument. You're putting words in my mouth, which was very fucking annoying. I'm not here to defend her. I guess by proxy, I am defending her right to speak. So yes, I'm defending her, but I can give less of two shits about defending Candace Owens as a person. I don't give a fuck. You're telling men to not listen to women because they're inferior to you? That's why I came and spoke and tried to try my best. His chat, I couldn't reach him. I saw like two people in his chat that was like, well, no, I get where he's coming from, but the rest of them, they were just like, oh, he's gay. He got anime posters. He got a wife. Oh, he's gay. You know, I was like, Jesus Christ, bro. They're this misogynistic. They're this misogynistic. Well, hold on. The dudes like him act like they don't have mothers or sisters or any positive female role models like teachers and neighbors or babysitters. Exactly. That is exactly it. Oh my God. You call him Joe Biden? We're not here to disrespect the saint in the center. We're not here to do that. We're not here to do that, guys.
It's not that important.
I'm not coming on the live stream to defend her. I'm coming on live stream to
That's
defend.
what the link was for, was to come on and defend Candace Owens.
No, wrong. Yeah, that's not what the link is for. What the link is for is open debate. Males who listen to Candace Owens and just pearly things are not men. Wrong. It's in your title, Saint in the Center. That's not what the fucking debate was about. The debate was you are saying males who listen to Candace Owens and just pearly things are not men. It's your title. It's your video. Open debate. I'm trying to debate you on saying that if you listen to women, you're not a man. This is not a defense of Candace Owens or her lifestyle. What the fuck are you talking about?
In fact, the last 7 callers, the first thing I said to them is, "Are you here to defend Candace Owens?"
Yes. So by
So
proxy
it
of
would
that, I
appear
am
that your
here to
listening
defend.
skills, it would appear that your listening skills are either in disrepair, or that your respect for
Ad hominem attack.
myself and the 1,000 people watching is non-existent. For
Wrongful assertion.
you've come on merely to violate the expectations that we all have,
Condescension.
or to make a spectacle of yourself and disregard the current topic, which would be
Completely missing the point I'm making.
very inconsiderate.
So I'm definitely not trying to do that. By proxy of that, at this point, I'm getting really fucking annoyed.
Or to
I'm getting really fucking annoyed. And I'm doing my absolute best, guys. I'm doing my absolute best to not crash the fuck out and respect the fact that I'm on his platform. But at this point, I'm getting really fucking annoyed because you are being intellectually dishonest and you are intentionally not addressing the point I'm making.
to make a spectacle of yourself and disregard the current topic, which would be very inconsiderate.
So the current topic of males who listen to Candace Owens and Judge Pretty Things are not men. I'm not addressing that topic. I'm not speaking on that. Okay, bro. I'm definitely not trying to do that. By proxy of that, yes, I am coming to defend her, but simply because of the state that your statement, regardless if it's about her, is also just an attack on men who listen to her. And that's what I'm
That's correct.
necessarily.
Yes, I'm directly attacking them. And if it was legal,
Okay, so he's finally addressing the point I made. He's finally addressing the point I made. I don't know how long into this thing was only like 3-4 minutes, I think. But he finally addressed the point I made. So let's get into that. Your statement, regardless if it's about her, is also just an attack on men who listen to her. And that's what I'm
that's
necessarily.
correct. Yes, I'm directly attacking them. And if it was legal, I would put them in the guillotine.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to argue. I mean, that's obviously your perspective. But that's what I was coming to debate you on. The idea to, I guess,
Those males are
belittle
inferior.
or
Those males
I'm
are
sorry?
inferior. They're weak beta males. And I think that we should marginalize them because they're dangerous. When you have beta males that are cooperating with feminists,
this men who listen to women are dangerous. I don't even know how to unpack how insane of a fucking statement that is. I don't know how insane of a statement that is. I wouldn't even begin to know how to unpack how insane that statement is. Men who listen to women are dangerous? You listen to your mama, you dangerous? You listen to your auntie, you dangerous? You listen to your boss, you dangerous? It's insane. It's insanity. It's pure fucking misogyny.
and Candace Owens is a feminist by practice, which is the most important
He's
thing.
right about that. Candace Owens is a feminist. She is. He's right. Well, once again, he will say things that are right in this exchange. Candace Owens is a feminist. Just Pearly Things is a feminist. They don't identify as one, but in practice, they are feminists. He's right. But what does that have to do with the point I'm making?
What you say by word means nothing. For example, if I out of my mouth tell you that I am a beautiful Norwegian woman and I identify as a blonde bombshell, doesn't matter what I say. I'm clearly a bald head black man. So that being
That's true, but it has nothing to do with the point I'm making. And about the dangers of promoting misogynistic ideals to young men and teaching them to hate women. That's the point I'm making. Every time I criticize something, if you watch my Mad Trash series on this channel, if I criticize the feminist religion, I'm never saying to hate women and to treat them like they're less than you. I'm saying keep your damn feminist religion out of my comic books and my movies and my video games. That's what I'm saying. Keep it out. We don't need it. Because we already have a bunch of female characters we love and respect. We don't need it. He's going way the fuck over here. And it's just, oh my God.
the case, she's one who talks a good game, but she plays a terrible game where conservatism is concerned. So we have to acknowledge what she really is, which is a feminist. And any male
Okay.
who would follow a feminist is a weak beta male. And they are serving an agenda which is detrimental to all of society, man, woman, and child. And it is upon the strong men, the
This is a false equalization. Just because you listen to what someone has to say does not mean you follow their ideology. It simply means you listen to what they have to say. It's not all or nothing. You can listen to people you don't agree with and just hear what they have to say. And teaching young men to just outright not listen to women, it's crazy. It's crazy.
wise, moral men to make sure that the society goes in the correct direction. And for that reason, it is important for her to be put down, and as well as the beta males that hold her up. That is why they are being crushed. You are having trouble dealing with the truth. You see, the truth.
Can I reiterate my point?
The truth that she's a feminist, and the truth that you are.
I dislike how he would not let me speak. I greatly dislike how he would not let me speak. I greatly dislike how he would not let me speak.
One of those holding her up. You wouldn't have felt any way about the title, nor would you have come on here unless it rubbed your soul the wrong way, because you know you're one of those weak males.
That's fair enough. I'm not going to necessarily insult you, but can I reiterate the point?
I don't consider it an insult. I believe that I've been.
That was 100% an insult. It was. I'm trying to have a conversation with you about teaching young men to hate women and not listen to them, and you called me a weak male because of it. That was 100% an insult. But that's fine. I'm not going to crash out on you on your own platform. I will call you stupid as fuck on mine, though.
Respectful to you, I believe it is a description.
Okay, that's fair enough. I'm not going to challenge that once again, because I'm not here for. The reason why I'm not challenging that, by the way, guys, if you're wondering, is because I'm not here to sling insults. I was not there, I should say, not here, there. I was not there to sling insults. I was not there to be flagrant. I was not there to just be like, you're dumb as fuck and this and that. I was not there to do that. I was there to have a conversation. He did not seem like he was interested in actually having a conversation. Once again, I was the last person he talked to. This was a 3-hour live stream. He's been debating people for 3 hours. He's probably stuck in debate mode. So he's only focused on winning his argument and not actually listening to what the person is saying. So he's just looking for like little crevices and like caves to like wiggle into and be like, oh, ho, 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 but this and oh, ho, ho, but that. Oh, I gotcha. I hate gotchas. I hate that shit. This is why I don't actually participate in a lot of debates, because I'm not interested in just be like, oh, I gotcha. Oh, I gotcha. It's just like, it's so fucking counterproductive, and it accomplishes nothing. And it doesn't teach people how to have conversations or listen to points of view that they disagree with. It doesn't do anything like that. It just turns everybody into these super spastic, hyper aggressive debate bros like fucking Destiny. You know what I mean? That's all it does. It doesn't fucking help anything. You won't develop the skills it takes to sit there and listen to people you don't agree with, which will make you a forever petulant child. A forever petulant child. Animosity, because I'm actually a huge fan of yours and I enjoy your content. Can I ask a question?
I have no animosity at all, and I respect the way that you've comported yourself.
From this point on, and from the rest of the debate, and then after the debate is over, he's going to go on to say he respects how I handled myself in this debate. And after the debate is over, he's going to say like, "Oh, that was a fine young gentleman, and I respect anybody who can have a conversation without getting heated and blah blah blah." But you tried to incite me to react. That was the only reason why you were doing that. When I was not feeding into that, you started walking it back and be like, oh no, hey, we're just having a conversation. I respect you, man. But you were trying to insult me. I'm not fucking stupid, and neither are you. You were trying to insult me. I just wasn't playing into that because I'm a grown-ass fucking man. I have no interest in sitting there and getting into a shouting match with another grown-ass man over a discussion of whether or not we should or should not listen to women. I had no fucking interest in that. And when I realized that's what it was turning into, I kind of lost the energy to continue the conversation. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Can I ask a question to try to get a better understanding of do you listen to the ideas of people you disagree with?
Yes, it's inevitable. Even
Okay.
if I'm not doing it on purpose, it's inevitable. Someone recently sent me a video.
That sounds like a fucking checkmate, right, Eli? So you agree with me? You should listen to the ideas of people you disagree with, but not if they're women, though, right? Not if they're women. Jesus fucking Christ, man.
By a content creator, an intelligent guy who's also lettered. And he said some things that I agree with and some things that I disagree with. And I don't even think he was trying to push an agenda. I just think that there is nuance on a particular topic that he may have been unaware of, which is to say, if we had a conversation, we might even reach a new understanding together and agree with each other ultimately. But yeah, of course, I listen to people I disagree with all the time. It's not about disagreeing. I agree with many of the things Candace Owens says, but the way she lives is in contradiction to the values she claims to have.
That has absolutely fucking goddamn nothing to do with the point that you're saying men should not listen to women. That's the point. You are not, he's doing a terrible job of staying on topic, by the way. The point of this is that you said males who listen to Candace Owens and just pro things are not men. And you went on to further elaborate that they just should not listen to anything women say because they're an inferior source of information. Candace Owens' lifestyle has fucking nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that ideology. It doesn't even fucking matter. I don't even understand why the fuck you're bringing it up.
A fake Christian. She's a fake conservative. She's a fake woman. There's nothing real or authentic about her. She is a danger to society, along with many others. The thing is, you guys are looking at
this point, I'm looking up because I'm listening to what he's saying. It's not making any fucking sense to me. But once again, not crashing out on your platform. I'm gonna crash out on my platform.
Her and thinking that she's less of a danger compared to other dangers. I'm saying that all of these dangers are unacceptable.
Okay, no. So I'm understanding your premise a little bit more. I think I might have had a slight misunderstanding of where you were coming from, where you were going. I don't necessarily 100%, I say, align with it, because I do think it, once and again, it is an attack on young men. But I guess because yes, men who listen to Candace Owens and just pearly things are not men. What the fuck is not being understood, bro? Am I speaking a different language? Open debate. Males who listen to Candace Owens and just pearly things are not men. Am I fucking confused? Why did he just say that? Like, oh, young man. Yes. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? I don't necessarily 100%, I say, align with it, because I do think it, once and again, it is an attack on young men. But I guess because men who listen to her are less of a man. I just greatly
on males who listen to Candace Owens. If you were a male who listens to Candace Owens, you could have came on this live stream intending to debate me, listen to the information, and said, you know what? That makes perfect sense. Like, he asked.
It doesn't. I already said like 8 different ways. Well, what the fuck you said don't make any fucking sense.
2 different Candace Owens supporters. What is she more an archetype of? A feminist woman or a conservative woman?
Definitely.
And they all said feminist.
Yeah, no. What does her being a feminist have to do with the fact that you're telling young men not to listen to women because they're inferior to you? That logic also applies to non-feminist women, correct? That logic also applies to like your family members, correct? That applies to school teachers, women who are supervisors and managers in job fields, etc. Right? That's the logical extension of your argument, right? Men should not listen to women at all. That's the argument. What does her being a feminist have to do with any fucking thing we're talking about? Oh, no, I never disagree with that, sir. And
so
I
the
guess
man is correct. He's brought facts that are unique in the context of YouTube, the manosphere, red pill, whatever you guys want to call this crap. The Marquettism is a clearly superior framework because he said.
By the way, naming an ideology after yourself. Never mind.
Something that is true that no one else thought.
No, I'll say it. Naming an ideology after yourself, and you be the only one who claims it. Narcissistic.
I have to agree with this guy. I'm going to stop listening to her because his wisdom maybe he's right about this and other things. Maybe I'll just stop listening to her wholly. And I can respect that because you get information and you adapt based on new good information.
Yes, sir. So if I could just, I guess, try to rephrase what I was saying better. The point I was coming in is because it was just. I'm sorry. You're actually really dope at this. He actually is really good at this because he's forcing me to argue a point I never made. And I'm trying to get away from arguing something that I'm not even trying to make this fucking point. But you keep derailing this debate into an entirely different, like you're just throwing the entire fucking debate off. Which I get it. If you just want to win the debate, sure, good tactic. But I was assuming you would have like the integrity to actually have a conversation about the ideas you're promoting to young men.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, no problem at all. The point I was trying to get to was and I think would you say men who listen to her? I think you're more concretely saying men who like follow her and take her advice and use her as a way to like try to move and live their life and all these other things in a sense, like basically like she's like a guiding star for them, like oh, I'll do this because
she shouldn't be listened to at all by any man. Real women don't have podcasts, so a real woman does not have a podcast. A truly conservative woman does not have a podcast. She's not in the public, and if she does have a podcast, the following would be exclusively girls and other women. There would be zero men that would follow her, and even males who follow women.
You're trying to tell me that if Serena Williams made a podcast talking about how to properly play tennis, that because she's a woman, you wouldn't listen to her? Think about how stupid that sounds. Think about it. Think about how stupid that sounds.
Women on Instagram, whether it's big booty models or IG models, what have you, those men are screw ups. Now, am I saying that I don't look at the chick's pictures and like, damn, she thick? Like, for sure. Do I ever double tap it? Absolutely not. I don't ever like the photo. I don't double tap it. I don't give them a congratulations. I
don't see nothing wrong with this. Yeah, bro, don't be following these whores online and giving them hard eyes and shit. Don't feed their egos. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't follow them.
But that also has nothing to do with the fuck I'm saying.
If everyone,
almost everything he said had fucking nothing to do with what I was saying. It was kind of amazing to witness.
Behave like that, these women wouldn't even like Instagram because they get no attention. They'd be anonymous viewers. 100%. No one, they would never know that anyone even looked at their content. So there would be no incentive for them to continue making a mockery of themselves and of their family. So my point is that these women, Candace Owens, Just Pearly Things, they're more dangerous than the IG slores because they're trying to give ideas, and most importantly, they're giving an example of what a woman shouldn't be, but people think that it's a good thing. And you hear a lot of weak males praising them, platforming them. And I'm here to tell you guys, I hate to have to be the bad guy, but the supervillain has arrived.
You're not being a bad guy. You're just being a misogynist.
That everything you thought was up is actually down. I'm telling you that what you thought is right is actually left. And so people.
Yeah, and I'm completely disagreeing with you. You just sound like a misogynist.
To leave those foolish ideas.
Yes, sir. I actually can't disagree with much of what you're saying. The only thing is, I guess it was a misunderstanding on my point. I took the topic of the conversation and titled the video as if you simply just listen to what this person's saying, makes you less of a man. But I think you're talking more of people who see her as like some type of role model or something. I don't think any man should take.
Well, I think most of the viewers.
Once again, not letting me speak. Very frustrating. Very frustrating.
That she has would not say that they see her as a role model, and some would, but most maybe would not. But even those who subscribe or to watch regularly, they are being poisoned, whether they're aware or not. It's like one who spends time in a casino around cigarette smoke and gambling. You may not.
You're saying it's secondhand.
You're being poisoned slowly but surely.
Okay.
Your spirit's being poisoned. The
I
lack.
can understand the spirit of the argument he's making, but you're saying that listening to women poisons you. Jesus Christ, man.
Of fresh air, the cigarette smoke secondhand, the watching people commit sins, it's all having an effect on you. So you shouldn't entertain it at all.
I agree with you, but I will take it a step further. It's like I don't think I only had one role model in my life, and he's passed away. That's my father. I don't think any man should see anybody else besides themselves as their role model, male or female. So facts, don't look up to nobody. Be who you are. If that's where you're going with it, I 100% agree with you. But I guess just to say to not listen to someone's ideas because of their gender, I just thought was just kind of just almost a ludicrous statement. You could take it and do what you want with it. You don't have to.
That is the statement. You are understanding the statement correctly.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm understanding exactly what you're saying. Don't listen to them because of their gender. That's misogyny. That's exactly what that is. And I do not co-sign misogyny. I 100% don't. I don't think anyone should co-sign blatant misogyny. That's fucking insane. That's fucking insane.
That is the statement. So I appreciate you coming on. It's been a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on. I'm a huge fan. Peace to the Saints.
Thank you.
I left it there because what the fuck else could I say at that point? You're literally just saying, be a misogynist.
It was really a pleasure to meet you. God willing, we'll meet in person one day.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, let me acknowledge some of the folks supporting the work. He's a very respectful gentleman. I appreciate people coming on and being able to engage in contention in a civilized way.
Right. In a civilized way. Contend with their ideas in a civilized way, even though you was throwing the insults around, not me. So, guys, where we at? What do you guys think? How's everybody feeling right now about that little exchange I had with the Saint in the Center? And let me see if there's anything else. Anything else I want to talk about before I hop off? If no comments come through, then I will just end up kind of just scooting off and continue on with the rest of my day. I definitely wanted to share that with you all. Actually, that Superman trailer came out and I ain't even watch it yet. I kind of want to watch that. I haven't even seen it yet. So I might watch that, then I'm gonna get off. I might. Would you guys want to see that? You guys want to see a reaction to the Superman trailer? I very much like the first one. Debate again, but on your channel. I don't need to. I don't need to. I could. I don't need to. Because if somebody just wants to promote misogyny, just blatant fucking misogyny, I don't see the need or the reason to continue going on and on with that, especially if they're not going to necessarily listen and they're going to like obfuscate and derail the argument and then argue about things no one else was ever saying and just bring up points and topics that has nothing to do with what the fuck I was saying. I couldn't even actually get to the point I was trying to address because he wouldn't let me. He was keeping it like focused on some weird fucking box that had nothing to do with what I was saying. That dude is hella goofy and not in a fun way. It would be talking to a wall. Let's fucking go for the Superman trailer. Let's go. You have good insight, but a lot of people are just stuck in their ways. I appreciate that, man. It would be talking to a wall. React to the new Marvel Rivals patch. New Marvel Rivals patch. I'm sorry, I just got off work. 1 second. I just got off work. There's a new Marvel Rivals patch. And an Ultron trailer? Okay. Hold up. Okay. Let's do that. Let's do that. Hold on. Let's do that. That sounds fun. There's an Ultron trailer. Let's watch that. Share screen.
Today, the age of Ultron begins.
That was fire. That was fire. You see the aura forming? Let me freeze frame that.
The age of Ultron begins.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's okay. That's sick. That's sick.
Termination.
How many?
Termination.
Wait. Move. I need this on my way so I can see how much ammo he has right there. Okay.
Age of Ultron begins.
Okay, there we go.
Termination.
Oh. So he gets 6 shots and he has to reload in between each shot, but each shot is kind of like a continuous laser. Okay.
Challenge me, you animals. Efforts for action. Efforts for action.
He used 2 different skills. Hold on 1 second.
Efforts.
I don't know the fucking keyboard. Shift? What did he just press? What did that do?
For action.
Okay, he gave everybody over shields and looked like he's healing them at the same time.
You would have failed without me. The virus takes hold.
Okay, so when he does that, everybody gets the
The
skill.
virus takes hold.
4.
Extermination.
Yeah. Oh, it melts.
All targets eliminated.
It melts. It melts. Yeah, it melts.
All
That's
targets
his ultimate?
eliminated.
It looked like it also heals the skin.
Extermination.
Yep, it does.
All targets eliminated.
All right, Ultron. I'll fuck with it. Is there anything else? Season 4, May 30th? That's like a week from now. That was fire. Nah, I fucks with it. I'm actually gonna play with Ultron. Ultron's gonna be my first Lord strategist. But like, I'm curious about his. It didn't seem like he was doing much healing. It didn't seem like he was doing much. Let me look at his healing abilities. Try to better understand. But this is just DPS right here. And so what did he just do? Okay. He used 2 abilities. He used left click, it looks like, right click, and he used shift. No, that's not shift. Escape. I don't play on PC, guys. I don't know what the fuck these buttons are. I can't see because the mouse is in the way. Hold up. E. That says E. And right click. Well, what does it do?
Challenge me, you animals. Efforts for action.
I can't tell what it's doing. One second. Okay, so he does that. So what happens? I saw this with Storm. It said 4. Right now it says 2. I'm assuming he's putting shields on him. Oh, is he summoning little fucking Ultron robots to follow them around and heal them? That's cool.
Failed without me. The virus takes hold.
Yeah, he's summoning little drones that follows them around. And I think the number is how many people are on the drone. And then that other move gives everybody a shield. So you're supposed to use them together. The other one, that move gives everybody a shield. You can see the blue shield appear over all their health bars.
Takes hold.
That's massive damage, by the way.
Extermination. All targets eliminated.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So it looked like he does more shielding than healing, though. You used to watch me and Dustin back in high school. Don't tell me that, bro. You gonna make me feel old as hell. What did Candace Owens do or say anyway? I don't follow her like that. Nothing. He was just saying if you listen to women, you're less of a man, and his audience was saying if you're married, you're gay. I guess I don't know. I'm not healing nobody on Ultron. Not gonna lie. Don't do that, man. His attacks heal and he heals teammates and damages opponents. Nice. Drones help heal. Yes. Ultron's gonna be dope. Ultron's gonna be dope. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're gonna do one more thing. We're gonna watch the Superman trailer. Because I haven't seen it yet. I saw the first one. Haven't seen this one. We're gonna watch Superman trailer. We're gonna get the hell out of here. 7 days ago. Damn, I'm a week late. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, watch me and Dustin back in high school. Man, how old are you, bro? What do you mean back in high school, bro? You'll make me feel old as hell. Okay, we got the screen up. Okay. Superman trailer.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
Sure.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Hey, he changed his voice.
Recently, you've come under a lot
Did
of...
you hear the subtle change in
Ready?
his voice?
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
Sure.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Hey, I like it.
Recently, you've come under a lot of fire for what some
It's
might...
a lot of fire.
It's a lot. Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions. That's funny?
My actions? I stopped a war.
Okay.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I did.
In effect, you illegally entered a country.
This is how you're gonna be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman. Did you consult with the president?
No.
You seemingly...
He's doing a bad job of being interviewed as Superman. Obviously, because his girlfriend's interviewing him, but she's doing her job. She's being a journalist. You got to kind of answer the questions. She's not going to give you a softball interview.
acting as... Did you I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman. Did you consult with the president?
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of
I
the
wasn't
United States
representing
will cause
anybody
more
except for me
problems around the world.
and doing good.
I would
This is less of her interviewing Superman now and more of him and Lois arguing, which is interesting.
seemingly acting as a representative of
I
the
wasn't
United States
representing
will cause
anybody
more
except for me
problems around the world.
and doing good.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die.
Who's that? Lex?
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die. Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Okay. Crypto!
Your choices.
Was that Mercy? Was that Mercy? That has to be Mercy.
Your choices. Your actions.
Nice.
That's what makes you who you are.
It's terrific.
Superman. He's not a man. He's an it. He's somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation.
Let's go back.
Conversation.
Mr. Terrific, the worst Green Lantern, Guy Gardner, and Hot Girl.
I will not accept that.
I cleaned your boots. I'll go get them for you.
Woo! Take the shirt off. What is that? That's annoying. What is she doing? What the fuck is that? Never mind. Like, whatever. Like, people are dying behind you. Okay, but whatever. I never got why Superman kissed Lois in public when she's married to Clark Kent. I've never understood that. I like it. I like it.
Do you have a dog?
That's Crypto! I'm going to watch this movie just for Crypto, y'all. I'm going to watch this movie just for Crypto, y'all. Okay. We're almost at an hour and a half. That was a good little soul cast, a good little stream, whatever the hell you want to call it, just to address some things the conversation I had with the saying us in there earlier. Very, very, very displeased the way he handled that conversation. Ultron trailer was dope. Superman trailer was dope. I can't wait to watch Superman movie. Ultron comes out in a week. I can't wait for that. I do have someone to run pretty quickly, so I'm gonna just watch the trailer with the balance updates and the nerfs and all that stuff separately, and I might just make a standalone video on it. Thank you everybody for coming through. So glad you guys are here. I'm gonna definitely try to do this a lot more often, just to get up here and just get some content out. You know what I mean? Outside of that, everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's your boy Sophist. Hey, Hahadra.